a couple minutes left, and I just want to bring in Councilman Mendes to kind of wrap things up. I mean, you heard the argument for this from a couple of callers, and what do you want to say in the final 2 minutes about this going forward? How concerned are you by it? How likely might it pass? And what do you want to say to those concerns that you heard on some of those calls?
Sure, thank you. I do appreciate being here. You know, the first caller who was fine with the tax rate increase is really where I'm hoping most of the community is in the long run. We spent this hour talking about all the things that are wrong with how city government works. It's also easy to forget that by and large, Nashville is still a better place to live and better run than pretty much any other big city. Most big cities would, in an instant, swap their problems for our problems, because at its core, we've got a friendly place, a friendly city with a vibrant economy. Like, there is all sorts of things we need to do to improve life in Nashville, but we could have these same financial problems and a dead or dying city, and then we'd be in a spiral that we couldn't get out of. This referendum, utterly changing the way government works and going to repeated referendums on things as minor as telecommunication tower leases and as significant as any property tax increase, runs the risk of turning us into a city that has some financial problems, growth we need to do on equity issues, and an ungovernable city, because we can't ever decide anything in the elected body. In order to stay on a track to fix the problems, Mayor Cooper and I sat a couple seats away from each other last term. We co-sponsored all the major reform legislation that has impacted the way economic development is done and how transparent it is. And it will take 5, 10, 15 years to wash out the bad deals of the past to be able to move forward. In the interim, we have no choice but to finance the city the way we're doing it, and we'd like the opportunity to reject the referendum rather than just basically burning down the ship when we're on our way to a good place.
Thank you very much for being here. We will take a break, come back, wrap everything up. I'll be back right after this.